very uncertain and unprecedented and unfucking believable. Hello, welcome to Live from Quarantine. My name is Sean. I play in the band Age of J, and I like to entertain. And today I'm going to be entertaining in spite of a very gnarly news time. President Trump has sent federal agents to Portland, Oregon to occupy the city and to kidnap people, and it goes against a lot of the rules that our country was founded upon. Flawed as our country is, there were rules to protect us from things like secret police kidnapping people, and apparently that's out the window now. So what does a singer-songwriter do but sing? And yeah, I don't know. Do 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 boom boom. If I was a clone who thought I was a man and you were a weird fucking plant, it'd be annihilation, annihilation. All the cells are mutating. It's gonna be a pretty cool annihilation. If I was a bird with the voice of a woman and you were a replicant, it'd be annihilation, annihilation. All the cells are replicating. It's gonna be a pretty good annihilation. I love you, don't you know I always will. You're a soldier and a scientist, and I'm a locust and a crocus and a cactus and a whippoorwill. If I was a clone who thought I was a man and you were a person who's a plant, it'd be annihilation, annihilation. All the cells are replicating. It's gonna be a beautiful annihilation. Do 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 do. I love you, don't you know I always will. You're a soldier and a scientist, and I'm a cactus and a locust and a crocus and a whippoorwill. If I was a clone who thought I was a man and you were a replicant, it'd be annihilation, annihilation. All the cells are replicating. It's gonna be a pretty cool annihilation. Do 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 bow bow. I can feel my brain is changing, acclimating to the madness. I can feel my outrage shifting into a dull, despondent sadness. I can feel a crust growing over my eyes, like a falcon hood. I've got the normalization blues. This isn't normal, this isn't good. I'm detached and I'm distracted, all keyed up but unproductive, vacillating between being all excited and disgusted, and then dozing lackadaisically in this bubble where I've made my mental home. Connection's more important now than it ever was, but we need to be alone. About the president, we're either pissed off or we're giggling about an atrocity he's committing or some stupid shit he's tweeting. He's a symptom and a weapon of the evil men who really run the show. The ones who melt down human beings into money like a cruel sorcerer's stone. They try to divide us, but largely they're succeeding, because they've undermined our confidence in the news that we are reading, and they make us fight each other with our faces buried deep inside our phones. Rest in peace to the information age, those days are now long dead and gone. I can see the weather changing and I can feel the soul decaying. I'm observing drastic changes in the way we're all behaving. I can see the suit they're saying, and furthermore, I can believe it to be true. Connection's more important now than it ever was, buddy, what are we gonna do? This is the golden age of dicketry, quite possibly the last golden age of anything. And the ugliest word in the English language is Anthropocene. Good luck, everybody. Good luck! There's some cool news, and that's as far as what's going on in Portland, and that's that there's a Mom Tifa now. There's an entire wall of moms on the front line between the federal agents and the rest of the protesters, and people there are galvanized and fired up and excited, and the numbers of people protesting were dwindling, and now they're definitely not. And that is heartening. That is very cool, very revolutionary. So yeah, this one's for them. It's called Truckers Are the Blood. I believe in God, but sometimes I pray, because the way I was raised keeps me afraid of a scientist who has to have his way. I subsist on a steady diet of shame. I hope I can forgive me for having the nerve to exist. I hope someone can help me make some sense of this. I'll work a 10-hour grave from 9 to 7, and I can't fall asleep until 11 past 11. There's no drug I can take that will keep me from being awake past my bedtime. La da da da. Oh. Truckers are the blood in the veins of the body of America. States are the arms and the legs and the veins and the eyes. There's a disease and it's spreading from Oregon to Oregon, and you are the platelet cell that fixes the problem. You don't know your own power. You don't know what you're worth. Don't recognize your valor, and until you do, nothing you do will matter. Thank you. That was called Truckers Are the Blood. I think I might have knocked myself out of tune there a little bit. I want to thank you all for your kind wishes. from the last episode of Live from Quarantine. I really appreciate it. And for sharing your kind impressions of my mom. That was awesome. Thanks. I wrote this one before she passed away. It's kind of a composite of song. It's a song about death in general, that I took inspiration from a couple people that had passed away in my life at that point. But it came out pretty shortly after my mom died. So my family members and a lot of my loved ones say that this song reminds them of her. So I'm gonna play that one. I meant to play it on Friday, but I didn't remember. But this one's called "Your Voice as I Remember It." I long to hear your voice as I remember it. I long to hear your voice as I remember it. But I can't and I won't. I can't and I won't, 'cause you're dead and you're buried. I long to hear your voice as I remember it. I long to hear your voice as I remember it. But now I have no choice but to remember it. No recordings were made, no MP3s, no AACs, no waves. I long to hear your voice, the timbre of your voice. I long to hear your voice as I remember it. No recordings were made, no MP3s, no AACs, no waves. I long to hear your voice, the timbre of your voice. I long to hear your voice as I remember it. Thank you. That was called "Your Voice as I Remember It." This one's for my dear friend Mark Glick. It's a cover by the band Y. The song is called... I forgot. Maybe I'll remember it after the end of the song. At your house, the smell of our still living human bodies in oven gas. You played to nothing out loud. 2 first names and an ampersand embroidered proudly on the kitchen towel. You're a beautiful and violent word with the skinny neck of a Chinese bird and a fading ancient painting. And if you're in heaven waiting, you made it there fighting the tightest kite string in a bad storm with lightning. And now these few presidents frowning in my pocket can persuade no God to let me let you talk. Oh, these few presidents frowning in my pocket can persuade no God to let me let you talk. Even though I haven't seen you in years, yours is a funeral I'd fly to from anywhere. I thought I had a pebble in my sock. I pulled it off and shook out a wasp. It stumbled out lost and without a pause. Unstung as I was, still I stomped it. There is no paved street worthy for your perfect Scandinavian feet. My crooked Chinese fingers grope the machinery of your throat. And now these few presidents frowning in my pocket can't persuade no God to let me let you off. Oh, these few presidents frowning in my pocket can't persuade no God to let me let you talk. Even though I haven't seen you in years, yours is a funeral I'd fly to from anywhere. Thank you very much. That was These Few Presidents by Y. Open up your murder eyes and see the ugly world that spat you out. And open up your ugly mouth and sing the words that taught you, spit 'em out. In the days before the damage, no one knew if we were happy. In the days before the damage, dying wasn't nearly easy now. So open up your murder eyes and see the ugly world that spat you out. Stevie Wonder to the bullshit. Stevie Wonder to the bullshit, baby. Write a nice song about it. Cut the world in half, I bet that you will go and find a sleeping giant. Turn the page to wake him up and turn the page and turn the page to kill him. In the days before the damage, boredom was the same as waiting. In the days before the damage, water was the only raining. In the days before the damage, human beings were the ones that did the chasing. Open up your murder eyes and see the ugly world that spat you out. Helen Keller to the bullshit. Temple Grandin to the bullshit. Find a nicer way to kill it. Find a nicer way to kill it. Temple Grandin to the bullshit. Temple Grandin to the bullshit. Temple Grandin to the bullshit. Thank you all so much. I'm gonna do one more song, and then, yeah, I don't know, Westworld or something. If I was a clone who thought it was a man and you were a weird fucking planet, it'd be annihilation, annihilation. All the cells are replicating. It's gonna be a pretty nice annihilation. If I were a bear with the voice of a woman and you were a replicant, it'd be Annihilation, annihilation. All the cells are mutating. It's gonna be a pretty good annihilation. I love you, don't you know I always will. You're a soldier and a scientist, and I'm a cactus and a locust and a crocus and a whippoorwill. If I was a bear with the voice of a woman and you were a person playing, it'd be annihilation, annihilation. All the cells are mutating. It's gonna be a pretty good annihilation. Gooby-doo-goo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Bow. Have a good one, everybody. Go find a bail fund to donate to. Hey all, if you enjoyed the show, consider subscribing to our Patreon. We just put up all of our albums on there recently, and we just dropped a new single called Horsehair Vase.